I just heard the jingling janglings of my cup of coffee.
Is that what it is?
Yes, it was. That was the noise of my coffee. I'm drinking out of the cup you gave me. It's super. I really love this cup, man. It's such a cute cup. But welcome to episode. Like scrambling. It's gotta be 18.
Pretty sure it's 16.
No. The Halloween episode was 16. The other episode that probably isn't up yet is 17. This would be 18.
You sure about that?
110%.
Okay.
Alright. I'm the Freckles. And that's probably the Fro who's speaking right now.
Where?
I don't know. I heard someone. You guys are probably noticing that we have a different profile. We have a cute little.
Yeah.
Our profile's different. Our little picture's different. We wanted to upscale a bit. Shout outs to Fiverr for the amazing new little podcast logo we have now. If you have,
Hella rad.
it's hella rad. It's really cute. They really did their damn thing with it. The inspiration behind it, you probably know. I don't think you probably know where I got the inspiration for, but it was Wizard and the Bruiser. I really like.
Okay.
That's like one of my favorite like nerd podcasts. And the background is like almost identical to the color of their background. So I really like that a lot. And I'm probably going to change the background to the podcast because I just noticed looking at it, the background is white and our lettering is white. So it's just really hard to see all the white. I might have to make the background black or something. But I thought it looked really cool because it's like PlayStation. The PlayStation logo is like a very 90s looking logos and stuff in the background. So I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
But it was your birthday.
It was.
It was.
I'm an old man.
You're
I'm dying.
He is. Aren't we all? And we had fun. We ate Jersey Mike's, which was really good. It's better than Subway's in my opinion now.
Yeah.
If only they had a onion teriyaki chicken sandwich, because that's like my favorite from Quiznos and from Popeyes, and from what's that other place? Subway. Like the onion teriyaki chicken sandwich is banging. If they had that, I definitely would have ordered it. But these other sandwiches were really good. But I just got a basic because I was really scared to order anything else. So I just got like salami and ham with mayonnaise and spicy brown mustard. But Nadia gave me her sandwich that had like pickles and ham and some other shit. And it was delicious. Like it was really good. Like vinegar and oil. It was really good. And yeah, I love hanging out for your birthday. It's always so chill.
Yeah, we have fun. Yeah, I mean, we had some good food. We drank a lot.
A lot.
I was looking back at the bottle yesterday morning, and I was just like, oh.
The bottle of tequila?
Yeah, the tequila bottle.
We drank so much from that bottle of tequila.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot left.
I
mean, granted, there were 4 of us, but
still,
that was a big bottle.
That was a really big bottle of tequila.
And then we watched wrestling.
We did watch wrestling. The CM Punk match was really good. That was the one I remember the most. And the final one, that was a nail biter.
Yeah, so we watched the Full Gear AEW pay-per-view that went on this weekend. Yeah, there was a lot of good matches. I mean, a lot of them a lot of them you kind of knew how they were gonna go, but most of them, like, like she just said, if they were fucking nail biters.
Nail
Like
biters. We were like
the main event had to have gone like a half hour.
Yep. We didn't know who was gonna
And
win
it
that
was
one.
just Kenny Omega and Adam Page doing their fucking thing.
Mm-hmm. It was really scary. Like, I never seen Steven get so quiet. And I got so quiet. We're, like, on the edge of our seats, just, like, watching. Because, like, one get pinned, break from the pin. Like, I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? This is insane. Like, I'm over this. Like, I'm over the anxiety. Like, but that's what wrestling's all about. That's what wrestling is all about. I think we saw Nia fight. I think it was like 1 billion girls in one ring. I don't even remember what that fight was. There was one, wasn't
I don't even remember what matches happened, and it was 2 days ago.
right? It also is like a combination of deli sandwiches and lots of alcohol. So 95% we were I wouldn't say 95, that's high. I would say 65% we were tuning it in. Most of the time we were not.
But I mean, it was also it's been a while since we've all seen each other, so we're catching up and things like that.
Yeah.
Let's see, where was the ladies match? Ladies.
I think there was a 5-on-5. I remember that.
For the late.
No,
that one.
Was the ladies 5-on-5? I don't think there was a ladies.
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so either.
No, the 5-on-5 was the Inner Circle versus American Top Team.
Mm-hmm.
Which is Chris Jericho's crew versus some other, like, nonsense crew storyline that they got going. There were a lot of good matches. I was very happy that they do this around my birthday every year. It's just like a really good time. Like, even if you're not into wrestling, like, there's something there for everybody.
Oh yeah, drama.
Like, yeah, like there's like, if you like some storylines, they're there. You just want to look at like pretty dudes, they're there.
Pretty
ladies
girls
are usually there.
They're usually there.
Yeah, but like, there's something for everyone. People always tell me like, oh, I can't enjoy wrestling because it's fake, and it's like, nah, dude, you're just looking at it wrong.
Yeah, you're looking through the wrong lens, brother.
Yeah, like, like, yes, the stories are fake. You can't fake getting kicked in the head. Like, you can fake throw a punch at somebody, and because of the camera angle, you're good. But you throw a foot at somebody's head?
You can't fake that.
No.
You can't fake that. You can't. Because trust me, sir, if you got kicked in the head, good night, sweet prince. Good night, sweet prince.
Yeah. Yeah, like, all that stuff. Like, yeah, I've had people there were times, like, I was sitting at a bar on, like, a Monday or a Friday, like, because those are typically the nights that wrestling is on. And, like, they'll have, like, Monday Night Football on, like, 12 different screens. And I'm just like, hey, man, can we put on, wrestling on just one screen? And they're just like, no, you fucking moron, that's stupid. I'm like, well, that's rude. But also, you've got the same game. You've got the same football game playing on 7 other screens.
Oh, my goodness.
Can I not have one?
I'm not really into football, but those I always found so silly where you're watching, like, the same sport on, like, 7 different screens. It's literally the same thing happening, just different colored people. Like, different colored teams. I guess.
Well, so now it's different if it's, like a sports bar, or, like, you're at, like a Buffalo Wild Wings type place, where, like, yes, it's a very large open floor plan, but there's, like, pillars everywhere holding the roof. So, like, somebody's view from a TV could be blocked. I understand that. But at the same time, I don't want to see the same game 6 times in the same night.
Uh-huh. But that's I would get it on a sports bar level, but in your home, I don't know about that. That's a lot.
Yeah, but like, well, and then like, look, I'm not asking to take over like the main big screen. Like, like pick one like off in a corner somewhere. I'll go sit over there and enjoy it.
Have you gone to a sports bar to watch a wrestling match?
No,
Oh, okay.
because because anything would be way overpriced.
Mm.
Whereas I can sit in my house without pants on usually, and I already have alcohol, and 9 out of 10 chance there's food here for me to eat, so I don't actually have to spend money.
I think that's what I really liked about about a lot of the movies being streamable
Hmm.
now. Like I don't
Oh,
I think you made a really good point about it. Like you were like, if I could stay home and watch a movie with no pants on, I think I'm gonna choose staying home with no pants on. And I was like, that's a really good
look.
point.
So like, okay, so like to expound upon that, like like I know we live in like a higher priced market
Mm-hmm.
versus like somebody out in like Midwest or something.
Mm-hmm.
Because like our movie tickets are what, $25
$15. It depends what type of experience you get.
on average for a top blockbuster.
20. I'll say like 20, 21.
Okay, all right, so we'll split the difference, 20, because we'll work the middle numbers. Okay, so $20 there. But now on top of that, I'm going to get snacks. So now my bill's looking like $30.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like well, I also had to drive to the theater or figure out a way to get to the theater. So it's either an Uber, I'm driving, or public transportation.
Mm-hmm.
So now my bill is up to like $40.
Yeah.
And like it's like what? I'm paying $40 for 2.5 hours
Mm-hmm.
versus again, somebody in a different market where it's like, hey, your movie ticket's like $10
Mm-hmm.
and your popcorn and large drink is 5.
Mm.
Like it's a completely different market. But you tell me, like, hey, here's like we're gonna jack the price up a little bit. So instead of your $20 base ticket, you're gonna pay us $30. But at the same time, you don't have to leave your house and you can watch it as many times as you want.
That's
I am
true.
100%. Even if they tell me like, oh, you can only watch it 3 times or
Mm-hmm.
2 times, whatever. Like you limit that. I'm paying the $30.
Yeah, because like if even if you were to do I'm a big person. I really like the theater experience, but
Yeah, so do I.
ever since they started doing the streamings at home, I've become more and more comfortable with it because yeah, you're right. Um After paying all of that money, you're at least spending like from $70 to $80 at the movie theaters depending on how many people you go with. At home,
That's the other thing. The numbers I was throwing up, that's for one person.
that's for
You
one
throw
person.
another person in that, you're at least, you know, you're now looking at a $70-$80 date night.
Mhm. God forbid you
And
get God forbid you go to a dine-in and you're hungry and you get those chicken strips or you get the
oh, but you get
pizzas.
anything. You get like a burger or fries, something like, dude, your bill is looking like $150
Mhm.
for
So,
something that you could have stayed home and paid like $30.
or you could have literally ordered. Like even if you ordered out or if you had a Popeyes nearby, you could have picked up Popeyes and went home and watched a movie. Long story short,
Exactly.
I really think I think they should have kept it, but I think it's because these theaters are just doing so bad after the pandemic
Let them.
that no.
Let them go.
But that's the thing. A lot, like we said, a lot of though it's expensive, a lot of people do enjoy the going to the movie experience because of being cooped in for so long. People aren't gonna want to go to the movies more. Me, on the other hand, I have come so accustomed to wanting to pop on the most biggest blockbuster, drop my pants, and just slam down a box of Popeyes with some seasoned fries, like, and be a slob
Yeah.
in the comfort of my own home. But some other people want to go back.
Yeah, I mean, like I mean, I'm the same way. Like I got accustomed to, you know, oh shit, it's 3 a.m. The new movie just dropped. Let's watch it. And shit
Yeah.
like that. Like, but that's how I am. Like, if I don't watch a movie the second it drops, I'm a little annoyed. Like, even TV shows now, like, all the, most streaming shows that release weekly, their episodes drop at 3 a.m. Because that's when it is technically a new day across the board, like across the entire world. So it's like, when WandaVision and Loki and Falcon and the Winter Soldier were releasing, I stayed up till 3 a.m. and I waited and watched, and I was the first. I'm sure if there was a way to see like view count and by like in order of who clicked in first, I was up in like the top 10.
And it's funny you bring that up because I was just about to say, I was like, you know what I really miss about movies and TV shows, like when it wasn't streaming, was that whole premiere aspect of it. Like I really miss
the midnight premieres.
The midnight premieres, the
midnight premiere used to mean something.
Yeah, like the last midnight premiere I went to, and just to real quick, just to finish my thought, I really miss when when we all used to gather, like, I think it was, I don't know if you were there, but in high school we used to gather for season premieres of, like, True Blood and season premieres of Glee. Like, we used to do that stuff. And
not that one.
Okay, not that one. But it was really fun, like,
True Blood, yes, I did.
But we would all have to meet up together to do that. Like, you couldn't go on an app and watch that later. Like, you had to experience it the day of. You had to.
Right, it was whose parents paying for HBO that we can all watch this thing.
Exactly. So I remember doing the True Blood. I think we did it at Lisa's house.
Yes.
And that was really cool. Like, stuff like that I really miss. But with shows, it's easy to do. Shows, because it's the same thing as we said about streaming movies at home. TV shows, you're in the comfort of your home. You could stay home, and it's just you, maybe a couple other people, ordering pizza and just watching the season premiere. Perfect. I could do that. I wish I could still. You can. Like you said, you wait up till 3 a.m. with your friends, and you watch the moment it releases. With movies back in the day, I used to love midnight premieres until recently. I want
to say it's in like the last maybe last 10 years.
I'll say 5.
Yeah, probably like the last 10 years. The midnight release is no longer a midnight release.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, we're gonna do it's a midnight release, but first showing's at 10 o'clock. I was like, well, that's not fucking midnight.
No, I remember they did that with, I think, the Avengers. There was like an early premiere, and I was just like, what's this early premiere? And it was at like 10 o'clock. I'm like, that's not a midnight premiere then. Like, that's just early access. But but most of the time, what I would say is in the last 5 years, I get that aspect of it, that it's no longer a midnight premiere. They're just releasing things early for either a cash grab or just to get the content out a little quicker. The thing that I noticed... No,
it's not even that. It's 100% the cash grab.
Okay, it's 100% the cash grab.
Because they want to generate the buzz about it. So the earlier they can get people talking about it, the quicker it becomes, number one trending in the world or whatever the fuck.
Mm-hmm. And besides the point of the cash grab and the taking away of that midnight premiere, I think people only go to midnight premieres like within the last 5 years, in my opinion, just for the clout.
Oh, 100%.
Because the last midnight premiere I went to was probably the last one I'd ever go to because of how terrible it was. And it was for the Ninja Turtles movie. I love the Ninja Turtles, so I went to the midnight premiere with an ex and myself. We went, and everybody was talking, texting, sleeping, snoring, people were fighting during the movie theater, and I'm just like, I can't believe this. What happened to the sanctity of like midnight premieres? Like, we are all here because we want to see this movie. Like, people are literally
Right.
someone brought a legit laptop into the theater. Like, bro, are you really banging out your blog post right now about this movie? Like, dog, put that shit away. I literally had to tap someone and be like, excuse me, like, could you like close that? Like, you're kind of like really ruining the experience. And like they didn't even close it. They like cracked it a bit to like so they could still see the screen. I'm like, dog. I'm like, please. But that was like the last midnight premiere I went to because I loved midnight premieres as a kid. We went to go see the midnight premiere of Green Lantern, and that was great. That movie was bad.
Yes, it did.
But it was great.
I mean, granted, it was a terrible movie.
Terrible movie, but we had a great time. Like, it was a
Right.
great time. Like,
Right, but we also like made a day of it. Like, we woke up early as fuck. We went into the city. We went to a comic book shop, bought a bunch of comics, had some fun, then went out to eat, had some more fun, like jammed out to music, drove around, and then finally went to the midnight premiere.
yeah, and we also
Like,
didn't we go to Midtown Comics and they were giving out like the Green Lantern ring at the comic book shops.
yeah, it was dope.
Super dope. Get to the theater and then you enjoy the midnight premiere because like I would definitely do that if I had something like that again because that's probably my favorite midnight premiere story. Because of how much fun we had. And like it was my favorite thing was how much everyone booed at the end. Like we were
Oh,
it
yeah,
was
like,
a unified
like
boo.
everybody waited till the end, and we all had the exact same opinion on things.
It was beautiful. Like that was like my favorite like cuz that's what you go for midnight premieres for. It's a bunch of people who are into something, invested into a movie, and when the movie ends, everybody has their opinion, whether it be unanimous or not. It's just nice. But when it is unanimous, I think it's like that's it. I think that's like the movie really made its mark.
Yeah, definitely.
So, yeah, like, I really miss the authentic, passionate midnight premieres. And I feel like you could still have that now with these streamings. I honestly thought, after hearing your thoughts on it, I kind of want to change my idea. Because I was like, man, I missed the midnight premiere. I'm like, they're not gone. Midnight premieres are not gone. They're just different.
No, they're not.
They're not gone. They're just different. Season
Right.
premieres are
Well,
not
so,
gone.
like-
They're just different.
Well, so the whole thing is like, with all these streaming platforms, most of them, you can host watch parties.
Yes, yes, I
That's
found
your
that
midnight
out.
premiere right there. You
With
get everyone together. You start a watch party. You do a whole, the same way like when YouTube premieres a video. When you set up for a video to premiere, not just go live at whatever time.
yeah,
Like, it'll do like this whole fun like countdown thing, and like, it builds the hype. You do the same thing with a watch party. You set you set a timer, and the rest of like the party's going on, and then it's like, oh shit, we got a minute left, and like people go nuts, and then it's like 10, 9, 8, blah, blah, let's go, and then the movie starts. Like, they could do so much. And listen, I'm not saying, listen, I am 100% willing to pay for whatever. Because, I mean, for me, like, just, like, am I a rich motherfucker? Hell no. But I live like money's no object. Like, if I want to do something, I'm going to do it. If I want something, I'm going to buy it. That's just who I am as a person.
That's so funny that we were just talking about that on your birthday. I was just like,
Yeah.
oh, how much was that? And you were like, does that matter?
I don't know.
Yeah. I think that's
But,
the
like,
first time I ever asked you how much something was, and you were just like, if I want it, I got it. No Ariana
Yeah.
Grande.
Right. But you know what I mean? Like, even if you make, like, let's say, because they want to get, movie studios want to make the money back on their movie.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, a lot of it does come from the merchandise and toy revenue and all this other stuff. But a very significant amount comes from the box office.
Yes.
So, I say, what you do is, you make the streaming price. Like, we're already paying for the streaming service. So whatever that may be. On average, the streaming service is what, $10?
Mm-hmm. I would
give
say
or take,
give or take, yeah.
A few dollars this way, a few dollars that way, whatever.
Mm-hmm,
$10.
Mm-hmm.
So there's 10 right there. You figure out what, average movie ticket price is across the board. Because obviously, on the coasts, it's going to be higher because they're, different markets versus, Milwaukee or something.
Mm-hmm.
Or like Minnesota, somewhere Midwest where ticket prices are going to be a lot lower. So you find like a happy medium. So if like a ticket price is $5 here and it's $20 here, you meet in the middle. It's about $12 to $13. Whatever. So you take your 10, you add it to your 13. Now you're at $23, and then you figure, okay, they're probably not watching it alone. They're probably at minimum 2 people.
Mm-hmm.
So you take your 23 and you double it. You're looking at $45. So you make it a $50 thing.
Yeah, or $49.99 because everybody loves 1 cent cheaper.
Right. Yeah, you make it. Yeah, you add the 99 in, and people think it's better. So you make it a $50 thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm willing to spend $50 to watch a movie in my own bed.
Absolutely.
At 3 in the morning, the second it drops.
Mm-hmm.
And chances are, I have other people who are gonna watch it with me, and because we're watching it on my account, you're now gonna get that same $50 from every single Disney Plus account.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So now you gotta look into, okay, there's X number of accounts times $50. Between me and you alone, the $100.
Exactly. And if the movie's very acclaimed, people are talking well about it, or it's something people are looking forward to, everybody's gonna bank in on it. Like, everyone's gonna try to look.
And that's the thing. But you know what the thing is? Like, even if me and you watch it together here in my house, when you go home, you're probably gonna pay for it on your account so you can watch it again.
Yeah. If it was good, yeah, 110%. Because if I don't have access to your account and I liked it and I want to, I want it,
it's not just like, it's not, oh, okay, it's not like on my Disney Plus, there's 4 things. There's 4 accounts underneath the main email.
Mm-hmm.
But like one of them is my secondary one that I use at work.
Mm-hmm.
Because in case anybody decides to put stuff on that I don't actually want to mess with my algorithm.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like, so then I have one, my mom has one, and my dad has one. My mom, I don't think she really knows how to use it. My dad knows how to use it, but not very often. So I'm the main user.
Mm-hmm.
But so now you got to look there and like, okay, each one of those 4 is 4 separate people that we can get out of this $50. So like, they're going to want to watch it multiple times.
Mm-hmm.
Because, let's just say it's a regular family. It's like the parents are going to watch it on their own, and then the kids are going to watch it on their own, probably a couple times. So, like, even if they did like a $50 initial purchase, and then like a $2 every time you wanted to rewatch it.
Mm-hmm.
Like something like that. Yes, it would get annoying at a certain point, but at the same time, it's like, I don't want to put pants on. I'm willing to spend extra money to not put pants on.
And it's all full circle right now. It just came down to, I don't want to put pants on.
Right.
And I've come comfortable with it.
I know there are people out there that are going to disagree with me. And I'd love to hear your arguments because, like, I want to understand things. But, like, to me, I'm willing to spend more to do less.
Honestly, like, and I feel like even if you are spending more to do less, it's still cheaper than going out because it's just there's just more
Like hell, you go to like almost all, like the dine-in movie theaters. They're all attached to a mall.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's like, oh, well, I got here like 20 minutes early. Let me go walk around the mall for a little bit. Boom.
I end up
Another
buying stuff.
$100 right there.
Yeah, I end up buying something. I end up going to the Cinnabon.
So now your $100 movie experience just turned into a $200 movie and mall trip. Like, I can't do that from my bed. I mean, I can because, Amazon and other websites, but you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. And,
Yeah.
but long story short, I'm willing to do it. And it really stinks because now, like, after the
And
now,
I think most people are, because then it's like, then the other thing is, it's like, well, I really wanted to go to that midnight premiere. Tickets are sold out. Bitch, it's your house. You can never sell out.
it's your house. You can never sell out. But that's the other thing when it comes to the experience. Like, you don't have to worry about going to the theater and being like, yeah, sorry, we're out of tickets. And
right, you go into the ticket thing, we're out of tickets. Or just because of the world we live in, it's like going to a theater that they don't really clean, and there's just like tons of fucking people crammed into this little black box. It's kind of gross.
Or it's also like we reached COVID capacity. We can't let any more.
You're only running what, every other seat, so now your capacity's at half. You're still not making your revenue that you used to.
Mm-hmm.
Because you don't have enough theaters to cover, whatever it was.
And then I don't know if you've noticed, like, I don't know if you see any commercials, whether it be YouTube or whatever. Now these movies in their advertisements have to say in movie premiere only. And I'm just like, now when I see that, I'm like, damn, like, I gotta go to the theaters to go see this.
Right. So Disney and Marvel are currently doing that whole thing.
Boo.
But if you actually read through their terms and shit, it's like, yes, the movie will be exclusively in theaters for 45 days. And then it'll be online. Which is why Shang-Chi released on Friday on Disney+. But it was 45 days from its release date.
But
anybody that wants to can now go watch Shang-Chi.
But I gotta wait 45 days? Like, I gotta wait like a whole month and some change?
Right. I mean, at that point, all the spoilers are already out into the world. We played a danger game.
Yeah, you gotta stay off media.
But that's also a thing. People are so concerned with, spoiler this and spoiler that. It's like, whatever. Like, just, I don't care. Spoil it.
I'm a big person. I don't like spoilers. I don't like trailers. So, and I'm already not on social media as much as I used to be. Like, I just recently got rid of my Facebook because of that exact reason. Because people love to spoil things on Facebook, whether it be trailers, pictures, groups. Right. I'm just like, yeah, I can't do this anymore. So
see, I follow a YouTube page called New Rockstars, and they specifically do trailer breakdowns and movie breakdowns and find all the hidden Easter eggs, the day after whatever it is happens. And I watch every single video, regardless if I see the movie or not.
Oh my god!
So last week, Eternals came out. I haven't been to a movie theater, but I know everything about that movie. I know the post-credit scene, I know the mid-credit scene, and I know everything that happened in that movie. Although, I mean, with Marvel movies, it's a little bit easier to figure out what's going to happen in a movie, considering there's actual source material. They may change up one little thing, but that it's easier to figure out what way Marvel's going to go because, the source material is the comics, and that almost every, they may change one little thing up, but other than that, it's still lifted directly from the comics.
Oh, so they could go, yeah, so that is something that they could go literally anywhere.
They only have so many directions they can go, and based on what they have already done, you can narrow down which way they're gonna go.
Well, they are going towards more the multiverse aspect of everything, so I'm really looking forward to that. Like I'm not a
Right. I
bit.
mean, the new like that's the new thing they're going towards.
And I'm not a big person into time travel, but multiverses are cool. Like, I could do multiverses because it's not changing the current timeline. You're just jumping to another part in, not in time, but another part if a decision was made. Like,
Right. That's the whole thing. It's
yeah.
every decision creates a new multiverse where this one thing is different.
So that's what I really like about it, and I really hope they go more towards that. And I'm really looking forward to, because we saw on your birthday we watched a bunch of the trailers for the Marvel stuff. Now that we're talking about like movies and movie experiences, they're all going to be on Disney Plus. A lot of these are going to be streamed on Disney Plus because a lot of them are either shows or movies. So they already confirmed Loki, like we already knew that. What if
Loki season 2 was confirmed at the end of Loki season 1?
And What If is getting a part 2, is getting a season 2.
Right.
But other stuff like Moon Knight, I'm super looking forward to. Because he's such a, what is he, like I would even say a D-list, because I don't even think a lot of people know about Moon Knight.
I mean, I consider him a D-list, but I also know comics.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I also know comics, so, but when it comes to popularity, yeah, he's definitely the D. Because I told Mom about him, and she was like, I have no idea who that is. And I'm just like, that's okay. Like, you could always look it up online, comics shops. You could always check out like something to base your knowledge on. But I know Marvel's gonna do a really good job introducing him to the MCU, so I look forward to that.
Yes.
She-Hulk, Miss Marvel. You said something about the Eternals that stuck with me and is messing me up, and I'm scared.
What did I say?
Hold on. I'm scared to take that leap into looking into it. You said something about the Eternals mentioning Blade. And you know how I feel. Yes. And you know how I feel about Blade. You know how I feel about that man. So I'm like, now I've been thinking about it since that day, and I'm like, should I watch Eternals just to see what Steven's talking about? But you said it wasn't, they didn't officially make something about it, but it was vague about Blade. Do you remember?
So I don't want to say anything because it's like spoiler-y.
Okay.
But, so, I guess like 2-3 years ago, whenever they announced the cast of Eternals, whatever Comic-Con that was, they announced,
what, Blade?
And
wasn't that like 2 years?
They announced Blade and the Eternals at the same time. Like the same panel. There's like a spoilery thing for the Eternals movie that we're not going to talk about because I know people don't like spoilers.
Yes, people do not like spoilers.
We're gonna give it some time, and then maybe we'll talk about it.
Yeah, if I don't buy, I'm gonna give it 2 more podcasts. If I haven't seen Eternals, we're talking about it, and you could ruin it. Because I may not have just been that interested in it. I am looking forward to the MCU. I'm not gonna lie, I'm looking forward to the new Shazam movie. They haven't announced when it was coming out yet, or I don't know if they did because I'm not that into DC. I look forward to it because I went into the Shazam movie with so much hate in my heart. I went to go see it with a friend, and we went into the theater, and I'm just like, this movie's gonna suck. Like, this movie's gonna suck really bad.
Shazam 2 is coming out 2023.
Sick. Is it confirmed that The Rock is gonna be playing Black Adam?
Yes, that is definitely a thing.
Okay, it was
he's also
confirmed.
getting his own movie.
For DC or just period? Because he has got a lot of his own movies.
For DC. He's getting a Black Adam movie.
Oh, Black Adam. I thought he was just going to be Black Adam in the second Shazam movie. Oh, he's getting his own, like, complete own movie. Okay.
Yeah.
That'd be exciting. Okay, so next year.
Yeah.
So that's exciting. Like, a lot of movies coming out. I love when they do dumps like this because it just gets everybody talking about what's to come in cinema, in superhero cinema. And I love superhero cinema. Like, I think it's really great that it's gotten so much more legway and more coverage because it's a really fun movie franchise. Like, franchises, they're fun.
Oh yeah,
They're fun.
I mean, if you think back to like the late '90s, early 2000s when superhero movies were like taking off, people were like, "These are stupid. We're never gonna do anything with this."
Right?
And now it is literally one of the highest grossing. Actually, I think it is the highest grossing film franchise on the face of the planet
right now. And it's something that, and I think I talk about this like at least once every couple of months, that when we were kids, like you said, like in the 90s and the early 2000s, when these superhero movies were coming out, people were just like, these are stupid. Like, these are not going to be around forever. And then they just took off.
Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. Like, those things were a joke.
Oh, you know how I feel about Tobey Maguire.
I do. But, like, no, but you know what I mean. Like, we love the movies. Those are part of, like, what made us who we are. But, like, at the same time, it's like you look back in them and you're like, ugh, this.
Yeah, there are some
But now
scenes.
we're in an age of, like, hey, remember that thing you saw as a kid? We're doing it, but better. And here's Tom Holland.
And he's great too. And I've never been really a Spider-Man person. And Tom Holland's cool, but Tobey Maguire was just to me. And I don't know if it's like, because I've seen all of those movies in like theater. I didn't see the midnight premieres, but my dad is like a huge Spider-Man fan, and they always used to release the movies around his birthday. So for his birthday, we would go see it. So we saw all of them in the theater. And my dad, like the one Spider-Man, I think it was 3 or it was 4, I can't remember. But it was the one where he's like crying at the bridge when Mary Jane breaks up with him. Is that 3?
Yes.
I think it's 3. And he's like super crying, and my dad is just laughing. And I'm like, Dad, this isn't supposed to be a scene where you're laughing. You're supposed to feel bad for Toby. My dad straight up whispers, he's acted like a little bitch. And after that, after we saw the movie, so many people were making fun of him because it was the crying meme for so long. Like, it was like the meme of him crying, and that's the part, like, my dad was calling him a little bitch. And I'm like, Dad, no. And it was just, I couldn't believe it, because I'm like, man, everyone agreed with my dad, and it was just really funny. But those are like superhero movies that are just iconic. Like Fantastic Four, like they even remade that, and the remake was trash. Like that's what breaks my heart, is like they could remake stuff, like especially superhero movies that you liked back in the day, and they don't do a better job. It gets worse. Like because I like Silver Surfer when it came, because Doom is like my favorite villain in Marvel. And what they did with Silver Surfer, I thought was really good. I really liked the Silver Surfer, and everybody said it was shit. They said Silver Surfer looked really good. I'm like, honestly, I think he was the best thing visually in that movie, because he could have looked worse. He could have looked really bad. And I thought he looked fantastic. And I thought that movie was fun. I saw all of another superhero movie I saw in the theaters. And I thought it was really great. But when they did the new Fantastic Four, awful. Just awful. Doom was great. Everybody else sucked. I'm biased, though, so on Doom. Anything Doom's in, I'm biased. So even if he was bad, I loved it. Superhero movies kick ass, and anybody who doesn't like superhero movies sucks ass, too.
You heard it here first.
It's just because I'm like, I get it's main media and everybody loves it right now.
Heard it here first. Anyone who doesn't like superhero movies sucks ass.
They do. I'm not saying like, because they were cool before they were cool. So I'm just saying, like, if you don't like them right now, I think you're just that guy who's just trying not to like something that's main media, and that's okay. It's okay not to like something because everybody else likes it. Whatever. But you're missing out, homeboy. You're really missing out.
Well, then next time on the Freckles and the Fro,
we will discuss the
talk about some other
diuretics.
dumb shit.
The diuretics of octopuses. Octopi? Have a great night, everyone. Or morning. Or afternoon, whenever you're listening to this. Goodbye.